Hi everyone. So this is a bit of a different live stream. I am gonna wait for a few people to join. Um, but this is just a live stream really to ask for help for this story that I've come across. You guys, if you follow me on X, you might have seen it's about this little boy named Harley. Um, but essentially he is in some desperate need of a life-saving surgery, and the cost is absolutely insane. um, and I mean, I have a platform, but there are people with millions and millions and millions of followers and massive, much bigger reach than I have. But I mean, what we can do with our little bit, it might, make some kind of difference. So there's a few more of you in here now. I don't really usually do live streams portrait, and I've kind of given myself a bit of a weird setup. So just let me know that you can hear and see me okay, and that everything's all fine. Just make sure that the mic is on. Yes, I think it is. Yes, so obviously, yeah, the NHS is free, but the NHS have deemed him inoperable. However, with private care, there is a surgery that there is a chance could work, but the cost is 2.5 million. Now, if you guys have seen on my X, I've posted about this a couple of times. I only heard about it 2 or 3 days ago now, but his condition is deteriorating at such a rate that he has probably not got longer than a year left. His spine is essentially crushing all of his internal organs. He's already had to have a lung removed because it just got crushed. He can hardly eat anything because his stomach is so restricted. Now, I mean, this boy's spine is essentially exactly as his mother described. It's crushing him to death. It's crushing him slowly. Now, if you guys watch my live streams regularly, you might have heard me mention that I have scoliosis. Now, my spine is in kind of like the shape of almost like a stretched out S, and I have a rib that's dropped down. And I know how much pain I'm in all the time. And this little boy, his spine is just, I couldn't believe it when I saw the scan photos. If you go on my X, look for the post about Harley, and all the links are there. You can find his mum's videos as well, and she shows everything, and she walks you through his story. But this little boy, the immense suffering that he is dealing with is nothing that any child should have to deal with, and the fact that the NHS have deemed him inoperable is just another sign to me that the NHS is not what people think it is. It's not a national health service anymore. It's crumbling. If it cannot pull its act together to save this little boy, and yet somehow in private care they can, it's ridiculous. They are slapping this mother with a 2.5 million bill. Well, she can't get the surgery without paying up front. Obviously, it's because it's private care. She is going to lose her little boy, and yeah, 2.5 million. That's a massive number. But if we were able to get this message out to 2 million people, 2.5 million people who all donated £1, we could do it. We could save this little boy. And there are people out there with platforms on millions and millions, and I'm reaching out to as many people as I can think of, and I'm trying to get other fundraisers started up. But I, it's not enough. It's not enough for this little boy. And I mean, like I said, with my scoliosis, I know what it's like to deal with the NHS and like feel like you're going crazy because they're just not listening to you, or they're not understanding the severity of the situation, even though they should be the very people that do. And there's the fact that they've told this little boy that he's inoperable, but somehow he can get it through private care if they pay this massive wad of money. This is the system. But I'm sorry, but we have watched our treacherous and tyrannical governments raise millions and billions for policies and legislation and acts that we do not want and that we hate. So if they can do that with the whole country against them, then I'm sure that if we all put our heads together and if we all put our efforts together, we could raise this money. Like I said, even if we could just get the message out to enough people that all donated £1, that would make all the difference. Under 3,000 people have donated so far. They've managed to raise, I think last time I checked, it was around £42,000. Baraka's just joined the chat. So Baraka, you've got an audience as well. If you go on my X, you check out Harley's story. He's this little boy. He has a GoFundMe. It needs to be shared as much as possible. He has not got long left. I'm sorry guys, I'm going to explain it again for anyone who's already been here, but this boy is essentially being crushed by his own spine. He's already lost a lung. He can hardly eat anything. He's on the ventilators and everything. Like, it's absolutely heartbreaking. And the NHS have deemed him inoperable, but he can get the life-saving surgery that he needs through private care, but it's going to cost 2.5 million. And I'm trying to just share it to as many people as possible, because every little helps. It really, really does. I mean, there's 36,000 people that follow me on X, I think, something like that. If every single one of those people donated £1, that would be another 36 grand. Like, we need to band together for people who really need it. I mean, it's just, I keep trying to keep up to date with his story, and it's just one heartbreak after another. And as you know, somewhat understandably, there are people saying, you know, this story is fake, it's all these sorts of things. They're saying that the mum's a grifter and everything. I'm sorry, but this day and age, how can you come up with money, that kind of money, that fast? If it was my brother and I got told that he needed this life-saving surgery that was going to cost millions, the first thing I'd do is probably, unfortunately, beg strangers on the internet. That's the late age we're living in. When the system doesn't help you, you have to rely on other people. You have to rely on, instead of one institution helping you, and like the NHS doing things for free, surgery for free, in a national institution. Instead of that, we need to gather thousands and thousands and thousands of people looking at this. And if all of those people just contributed a tiny, tiny bit, but there's loads of us, that would make all the difference. And yeah, I'm sorry, but she's either, what are her choices? She either begs people for money on the internet, or she loses her child. I know what I would do, and I'm sure you guys do as well. We need to get this out there. If we can get enough people to donate just a little bit, but if we can get enough people, we could save Harley. Now, I've tried to get in contact with the mother, and I'll keep you guys posted on that if you want. But the most important thing is just sharing out this donation. The link is in the description for their GoFundMe. Share it with anyone and everyone, friends, family. Just get all your friends and family to just donate £1, a fiver each, a tenner if they're generous. You know, whatever. Every little bit helps. This little boy needs saving, and in all of the times when, I mean, the world is just so dark. We need a little bit of light. And for me, children are that light. And we need to protect every single one of them. Every single one. Oh, so, right. I'm not going to lie, guys. I feel a bit better now that I've said it to you. I mean, I saw the update, and it was absolutely heartbreaking, and we need to do something about this. We need to band together and save Harley. Share to as many people as you possibly can. Friends, family, donate as much or as little as you can. It doesn't matter. We all need to band together and save this child. his story is heartbreaking. The link for their GoFundMe is in their description. I'll also, I don't know if I can edit the link while it's live, but I can edit it once this live stream is over. I forgot to. I'll put the mother's TikTok in the description as well, and she has all of the details of his condition on there. And for all the skeptics and all of the haters saying that this story is fake, go and look at the scans yourself, go and look at the pictures and the videos of this child, and come back to me and say that and prove that you're heartless, because it's, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really know what more to say. We need to do something. So yeah, thank you guys for coming on this kind of like last minute live stream. I'm sorry it hasn't really been a very chirpy and cheery one. I do apologize about that. But I just needed to come on and say something. I just needed to. So yeah, sorry, there are some new people joining. Rewind to get the full story, but essentially there's this little boy that needs help. His GoFundMe is in the link. His GoFundMe link is in the description. He hasn't got long left. He needs help. Share it out as much as possible. Yeah, rewatch the video for the details. But thank you all so much for joining me. Please, as I said, I can't emphasize it enough. Share the GoFundMe link. Tell his story. Just really, really, guys, we need to band together and save this little boy. Right. Oh, thank you all so much for joining me. Again, I'm sorry that this one hasn't been a very cheery one, but I thank you all the same for joining me. Thank you.